5-inch foam mattress, memory foam. First off, I have to apologize. It's been almost 2 months since I have made a video. Since my last video, the camping trip, I honestly have not had anything to film. Just life has gotten in the way. Been busy working, busy. I just went on a little vacation down to Arizona. Took my daughter to a college tour down in the Phoenix area. So just been busy doing other stuff. But with that said, it's time for a new video. In this video, I want to talk a little bit about my upcoming trip and also a couple little projects I plan on doing to my Bronco and getting it ready. I have less than 60 days until the trip starts. So, why haven't I been working? Well, first off, I have not gotten any parts. I ordered my gears for my Bronco something like March 13th, something like that. I still don't have them. I have the limited slips here in the garage for both front and rear, but I don't have the gears or gear installed. I'm not going to slam the people that I ordered them from, because they've actually been pretty good. They've sent me a couple emails and they actually offered to refund my money, but at this point it is what it is. I'll just accept it. Whenever it shows up, I'll be happy. So I may or may not get the gears installed before my trip, but it is what it is. We'll see. I still have a few small projects that I need to do to my Bronco. Things like I've got a transmission issue every once in a while. It kind of goes into limp mode, shifts really tight or really tough, and it's I think it's a electrical issue. My guess is it's either the a short somewhere in the wiring. I don't think that's what it is, but that's a guess. It could also be a speed sensor issue, which could also, the speed sensor VSS goes through the PSOM, which is the programmable speedometer odometer module that's in the speedometer cluster. And if that's kind of going out, that could be the cause of it. It could be the computer that's having issues, or it could be the manual lever position sensor, also known as the neutral safety switch, that's on the transmission itself, right where it connects the cable from the shifter. So there's a few different possibilities. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I'll be driving along and all of a sudden I'll start shifting bad, and when I shut it off, turn it back on, it's fine. So I'm gonna have to track that down. I mean, it still drives. It's just a kind of a pain when the transmission acts up like that, but I really do think it's an electrical issue. So we'll see. I got to dig into that. Another project. Ever since I put the engine back in, it starts on a hot start. It kind of stumbles a little bit, and I'm not sure. I have a feeling it's the air injection system, basically, for emissions. I think that something's going on with that, so I'm gonna have to dig into that a little bit too. I might have got the vacuum hoses mixed up, so I'll dig into that, see if I can figure that out. And finally, I want to rebuild the transfer case also. So that's all coming up in the next 2 months. Nothing huge, but there's some projects I want to get done, and if I get the gears, I'll put the gears in. So, as I said, I have 2 months until the trip. So that brings me to the trip itself. As you might have heard, Canada is still closed. They were supposed to open June 22nd. They pushed it back, or June 21st. They pushed it back another month. So I believe it's July 21st that Canada is supposed to open. My buddy and I we kind of gave it to June 21st, or June 1st was our date. As I said before, we've always had a contingency plan, what we wanted to do if Canada didn't open. I have a month-long vacation that I want to do something on. So if Canada's not open, and again, we knew that was a possibility with the whole pandemic thing. So with it still closed, we said June 1st. We kind of pushed it back to June 21st since that's when the opening date was going to be, and it didn't open. So we've actually changed our trip a little bit, and I'll get to that in a minute. I'll give you some of the reasons why, even if Canada does open up before the date that we're going to leave, which is probably the 5th or 6th of September, there's reasons why at this point we don't want to go to Canada. And that doesn't mean that we're not going to do it ever. Probably next year we'll try and do the trip to the Arctic Ocean next year. So as of right now, it's about 2 weeks away when I'm filming this. Canada, they're going to reevaluate. So July 21st is when they're thinking that's the next date that they're going to reevaluate whether they're going to open the border. But I think it was yesterday or the day before, Trudeau, the Prime Minister, said that it's going to be quite a while before the border opens. And those were his words. So with that, and the provincial borders are still iffy. Right now, going into Northwest Territories, it's residents only. Non-residents can't even go into Northwest Territories, which is where Tuktoyaktuk is, and getting to the Arctic Ocean. With that said, yeah, the Canadian border might open up, the provincial borders might open up before our trip, but at this point I don't want to bank on it, and I don't want to get up there and have things shut down again while we're up there and then have to come home and waste a month-long vacation. Because let's face it, it is my vacation too, so I want to have a good vacation. So with that said, and the fact that we've had contingency plans, we're going to take one of those options. So the two contingency plans we've had since this whole thing started was, one was go to Mexico, drive down to Baja, and camp our way down the Baja Peninsula down to Cabo, fly our wives down, have some fun, drive back. We were really hoping that the whole pandemic thing kind of eased up a little bit, and it doesn't seem to be easing up as much as I'd like, so we actually scratched that one as well. So bottom line, we're going to stay in the US, and I'm going to put up a little map one way or another and show you what we're going to do. So we're going to do a Southwest trip. Sorry, I have a paper of stuff that I wanted to hit all these points, but we're gonna do a Southwest trip. We're gonna do a loop around from my hometown, Vancouver, Washington. We're gonna head down through Oregon and hit southeast Oregon, go through probably a little bit of Nevada, Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, and California. So it's not the trip we were hoping, but it's going to be a fantastic trip regardless. So we have a couple of rules on this trip. Lau and I talked about it, and the two big rules that we have, one is that no freeways, no interstates, nothing like that. For the most part, we're going to try and abide by that. As you probably know, there's places where we might have to hit it for a few miles here and there, but by and large, no freeways. We want to take all 2-lane roads and see the backcountry, see the small towns, and work our way through the Southwest and back to home. So the other rule that we have, so that's one rule. Second rule is hit as much dirt as we possibly can. So that is camping in the dirt whenever possible, and dare I say it, dirt every day. So we want to hit the dirt every single day on our trip. So 30 days of driving through the Southwest, we should be able to hit a lot of dirt and a lot of 2-lane roads, see a lot of the small towns, and just kind of slow down for a month. So looking forward to that. So starting in Oregon, we're going to leave Vancouver, Washington, head into Oregon. We haven't decided yet where our first stop is going to be. places that I've been before. I've spent a lot of time in Southeast Oregon and I love it. Southeast Oregon is probably one of my favorite places. It's desolate. There's a lot of land in between people, so I like that area. So we'll hit some cool camp spot on the way down, maybe drop down into Nevada a little bit, and then head over into Utah. So Utah, we're going to try and hit some of the highlights are, say, Bonneville Salt Flats. We're definitely going to go to Moab for a couple of days. I've been to Moab a few times and I love it every time. Try and hit some of the national parks. We'll see. Hopefully the crowds will kind of die down in the national parks once fall hits. But we'll see. Probably hit Arches, Canyonlands. We want to do the loop around Canyonlands. The White Trail Road? Or no? I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, the loop around Canyonlands. Anyway, probably go to Zion, Bryce. I've been to those places before. Lyle hasn't, so we're gonna hit as many cool spots. I've stayed in the San Rafael Swell a couple of times, so just really want to hit some of the cool spots. And speaking of which, if you guys know of some spectacular areas, please leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about that. So we're going to work our way through Utah and then head into Colorado, most likely. Hit Southern Rockies, Southern Colorado Rockies. So head towards Silverton, Telluride, that area. I've done the Alpine Loop, which is Engineers Pass and Cinnamon Pass. Lyle hasn't been on that, so we'll probably do that. Lyle's going to have his Dodge Ram 3500, so with that, Black Bear Pass is probably out with the switchbacks. He's just not going to fit on that, so we'll try and hit some of the other cool passes and some of the cool wheeling areas. We're not going to do anything hardcore. Again, my Bronco isn't set up for hardcore. It's not like my Land Cruiser behind me that has some really set up for the more off-road. So again, if there's cool areas in southern Colorado that you can think of, let me know. Leave them in the comments. From there, we might drop down into New Mexico. I'm not sure. If there's something really cool that you know about, let me know. In New Mexico, we do plan on heading over, at that point, maybe heading over to Monument Valley, which I've been in Monument Valley once, just kind of drove through, and it was awesome. I want to spend more time there, see some of the other sites other than the main road. So we'll hit Monument Valley. We're going to head down to Sedona into Arizona and do a little wheeling, light wheeling around the Sedona area. Towards the end of September, Overland Expo is going to be in Flagstaff, so we'll probably try and hit that up towards the end of September. And then hopefully on our way home, swing into California, hit Death Valley, and work our way through Death Valley if it's not too hot still. I'm hoping by the end of September it should be cooling off a little bit. If not, we can always head up into the hills, above the valley, and then work our way home. So that'll be our month-long trip. So I guess I should finish. So from Death Valley, head back into Nevada, camp our way through Nevada, back up into Oregon, Crater Lake, that area, and then head on home. So we have a month to get this done. I work, I think it's the 4th or 5th of September. I think it's the 4th of September. And then we're going to leave. So that's Labor Day, and I don't work again until the 4th of October. So got a month to get this stuff done. So again, if there's anything in that area, that big loop that I just described that you know of that absolutely have to see, please leave it in the comments. I'd love to see it, and maybe try and add it into our schedule. Nothing's set in stone at this point, so I don't want to have a hard and fast, this is where we have to be on this day, because that takes some of the fun out of it. I want to be able to stop, and if we get to an awesome campsite, stay there for a day or two and then we'll move on. So it's going to be pretty loose. I'm going to hopefully upload a couple videos during that trip, and maybe the first week I'll upload a video. Once we get to Moab, I'll have some Wi-Fi again, upload a video. Again, just upload a couple videos while I'm out. I'll have my drone, I'll have everything to hopefully make a great video every week or so. So stick around. I'm also going to add on the end of this video, I did buy another mattress for my Bronco. It's a 5-inch memory foam mattress, so I'm hoping that's going to be a little more comfortable on my sleeping platform. It's a mattress, not a topper, so that should definitely help. There's a few other little things that I'm going to do while I put that in, so that's going to be coming up right after this. I didn't want to just have me talking because I know how boring that is. So yeah, that's all I got. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. If you like the video and want to see more, please subscribe and share it with your friends. That's all I got for now. Stick around. I'm going to go right into the memory foam install right after this. Thanks. Alright, let's get this open. You're supposed to let this air out for at least 24 to 48 hours. So, let's see how it does. Try not to slice open the mattress while I'm opening this. Growing already, but I'm going to get it out of this package. Wow, they don't make it easy getting it out of this. Alright, well. Let's see how it does for the next 24 hours. Okay, there's a couple things I want to fix today. If you remember, I made this little extension, and it has a little leg on it, comes down, sits there for my head just to extend things out. Well, there's a problem with it. One, you can see that some screws have stripped out, so I need to get that fixed. But the bigger problem is I'm a dumbass. And what happened is I made this the same length as this, the bottom part. But as you can see, this won't latch because I can't put it back far enough, because as you can see, the chair is angled. So I need to shorten this up by probably about 3 or 4 inches, and then make that about 3 or 4 inches longer, and then get some longer screws to go into this to get it to work right. Then I'll put on the new mattress that I have for it. So by my math, I need 4 inches more to get the seat all the way back. So 4 inches are coming off. Okay, 4 inches off.
goes back all the way. It feels like, yeah, I got about an inch of space left. Perfect. I think this is going to work. So then I can put the seat all the way back. There we go. So I took the outer mattress cover off, which is actually really nice, and I wish I could keep it, but it's not going to do me any good, so I got to cut this mattress up. It also has like this cheesecloth type stuff over the mattress, so I got to get that off too, which is unfortunate that I got to cut all this stuff off, but okay, that's off. Luckily, I've already kind of done the measurements to make this fit, so I can throw this on, match it up. Go. Alright, so there's that. The other thing I did, or what I'm going to do, is make a little upgrade to this. So I can only go 47 inches. So right here. And then there. Okay, now I'm going to try. I bought a foam knife. See if this works any better. Last time I used just a knife, regular knife, nice sharp knife, and it did not do well. It dulled up really quickly. So I'm going to try this hot knife and see if it works any better. I'm going to put it over here though because I don't want to cut into my rug or my wife will get mad at me. She's already mad at me enough, so don't need to give her any more ammo. Alright, let's see how this works. So the hot knife thing did not work, but a serrated knife does. So if you're planning on doing this, don't buy the cheap Amazon foam knife. Alright. There we go. Alright, so here you go. It's in, it's cut, and this time I'm only doing 2 pieces. So I'll take that front piece off, throw it onto the back, and then I can flip it over flat. And I'll show you that here in a second, but should work just fine. So you can see here in the front, it's not quite long enough. I could cut another piece, but I'm not going to because it's plenty long enough for me to lay down on. And I can wedge a pillow in here if I need to. But with the idea, just 2 pieces, unlike what I did before, I can flip this over, maybe, and then do that, and things will lay flat, and I'm not dealing with the extension piece right here, like at an angle, getting twisted and things like that. So there we go, upgraded. Okay, so there it is, with everything packed up or kind of arranged how I will be driving with it. Front seat goes all the way back, and with the mattress flipped back like that, it does take up a little more room. I'm not surprised, it's 2 inches thicker, so it does take up more room, but I'm happy with it. Hopefully it'll be a much more comfortable sleep for me, so that's what matters.